Alright, it seems the music was turned off on Sunday the 10th of April 2022, and here we are with another new game. Yes, the game is called The Uncertain Last Quiet Day. I've no idea what this is about. We'll see, we'll find it out. It seems to be some sort of puzzle game, so yeah, sounds like fun. We'll have a look at it. A serious look. So, let's check. Yeah, the settings, I've gone through them already once. We put them on high. Music is quite loud, I think. Sound and language. Music a little bit quieter, maybe? Better, I think. Much better, I think. Cool. Speech, we'll see all of these. Sound and language. Did I have the subtitles on? I do. Okay. Then let's go. New game it is. Let's check what this is about. But not the faintest idea. Hi, Peterista. Happy Sunday to you. So let's see. In the middle of the 22nd century, humanity became extinct as a result of deadly wars. However, the robots created by humans turned out to be very self-sufficient on their own. Artificial intelligence continued to evolve, which allowed robots to build their own society from the ruins of the past civilization. Sounds very promising. Each robot found a field of work that best suited their abilities. But slowly but steadily, they created a new civilization on Earth. They rightfully avoided past-human... Something was too fast. The more progress they made, the more they looked and acted like humans. Okay. So, interesting. Interesting story. How's the sound up, Peterista? Is it okay? Well, let's see.
I am a robot. Model RT217MP.
Good for you. Seems good. Thank you.
Mission unknown.
Okay.
I am not designed for physical exercise. I am certainly not capable of construction activity, but I am very skillful with electronics. I have set myself a task. I search the remains for electronic devices and make use of them to design different mechanisms that are useful and efficient. Humans. We replaced them. It took them ages to achieve what we have done in just a few years. We have formed a perfect society. Robots will not repeat the destructive human mistakes of the past. We are rational and logical. We do not fight in wars, and we cannot get ill.
That's cool.
By replacing humans, we interrupted the self-destructive cycle of these intelligent but highly aggressive former inhabitants of the Earth. But it is going to take decades to reconstruct the world that they destroyed. Then, our robot race will flourish under the guidance of our creator, the USS Corporation. Our world is not perfect yet. We are short on many resources, and we can count only on ourselves, but this is temporary. Most robots need to be repaired very often, but not me. I am very efficient at taking care of myself.
That's headquarters. What he has. And yes, those glitches seem to be intended. Okay. Good morning. So. So, the computer parts or something. It's cool already.
I only brought one battery this time, though it might be compatible with the radio. I need to find a second battery. It was with my tools.
Second battery is with the tools. Got it. Which reminds me, let me quickly check the controls. First... Interact, look, run. Got it. That easy. Okay, hold on. What is this?
This object allows me to keep a sitting position without consuming the servo motor's resource. It increases my lifespan.
So if he sits, he increases his lifespan. Ooh.
A damaged data disk that I found yesterday morning. Perhaps I can restore some information from it.
Let's take it. We loot everything. What's this, for example?
The dock station's purpose is to recharge the batteries and update the built-in software of the robots. However, I made some changes in its firmware to avoid updates. I am now able to develop independently.
That's cool. That is very cool. What's here?
This compartment contains textiles. Humans covered their bodies with it. The purpose of this is unknown to me.
Makes sense.
I found this radio receiver a few days ago, but there are no batteries. I have no use for it. I wonder if there are any radios left broadcasting in the world. I need to find a second battery.
You need to...
This radio will not work with one battery.
Another battery. Where can I find one? What is this?
This is an intercom, a high-powered desktop computer. I do not need to use its full capacity, but the internet is useful to communicate with other robots. Unfortunately, my design does not support wireless internet connection, so I had to use the computer.
Fair enough. I know what this is, but...
This analog device allows you to extract sound from the installed audio data carrier. Why did humans use such an inconvenient device when one can just do this?
Okay, good question. Good question. What is this good for? Can I turn this? No, I can't.
Sometimes human art is so illogical. Why produce images that are not purely photorealistic?
That is something that... That's a very good question, basically. Is here anything?
I connected the power line directly to the house, but it is not sufficient to provide energy to all of my equipment. I use an electric switchboard to distribute energy to the necessary systems.
But your new battery is cool. Can I use this for anything?
I do not
Okay, you don't need it now. But what about battery? Does this thing have a battery or something?
Perhaps the intercom can read data that is not damaged.
Let's check. Aha, so we have calls. Oh, sorry. What about mail? Firmware update notification. Changes in this edition, blah, blah, blah. No, he doesn't want that, so let's not give him that. What about my files? Audio. Ah, was corrupted. Huh. Cool song. That seems to be all it is, the song. What else do we have? Messages. Ah. Deborah Michael. My parents again, because of us. There seems to be some log of a messenger between Deborah and Michael. Whoever they are. I've got no idea. What is this? Music system. There seems to be some sort of log file. Okay. Ah. Okay. Well then. What else can this thing do?
I do not need to talk to
Okay, but you need a battery, yeah? What is this thing? Do we have a battery here? Where can I find a battery? How many batteries are there in this world? So many questions.
I do not sleep like humans did. I just need to charge for 2 hours on the
Fair
dot.
enough. It's actually quite cool. Can I steer him like in free world? Yes, I can. What is this?
This room is very strange. I never
Or maybe it
enter
should be
it.
time. Maybe not. Oh. He says second battery with the tools. Where are the tools?
The water supply system ceased functioning many years
Okay.
ago.
Fair enough.
It is a data coder. I use it to test and calibrate the
Fair enough.
electronics.
Well, there are some... What's this doing?
No, they
Oh.
do not fit in here. They need to be inserted into the radio.
That means we are close.
I made this plasma cutter from materials that I found in destroyed buildings. A construction robot ordered it.
Well, let's see. The tools. I mean, the tools are here, but I didn't see any battery there. This is a dead end. Are there more tools?
I will return to this
Yeah,
later.
Oh. Second battery. Ah, now it's now I saw what it said. It said WC, so of course the robot does not need that. Ta-da. Can we get out of here? No, can't. Ah. Must be here somewhere close. Very close by. Well, can I see the inventory? No. The logical answer is no. I can't.
The water supply
Yeah,
system
we heard it.
ceased functioning many
heard
years
it.
ago. No, they do not fit in here. They need to be inserted into the radio.
Hey, so the battery is close. It's with the tools. The tools. Where are the freaking tools? Are these tools?
It contains the artifacts that I found in the abandoned city.
Yeah, can I... No, I can't open it. Huh.
I do not need
Oh,
it
but you
now.
need the battery. Heck are the tools and where the heck are they?
This is no time to rest. I need to do
Oh.
other things.
Nothing else?
I do not need
Okay,
charging
don't.
right now.
Very good. There are many rooms here, actually. Which makes it even weirder that there are nowhere here to be found. They should be here somewhere. What is this?
I tried to extract sounds from it, but after 10 minutes, I tore the second
Okay,
string.
clumsy. Here's something. I think this tool we had already. It was the whatever plasma cutter, but oh.
I made this plasma cutter from materials that I found in destroyed
Yeah.
buildings. A construction robot ordered it. Now
Aha,
I have
that
2
was-
batteries. I can try to turn the radio
Okay, let's try.
receiver on.
Found it. It was somewhere there. Okay, power it. Ah. Do this.
No power.
Battery's empty. Can I turn this somehow? Not sure now. Yeah, no power. Where is the battery component of this thing? There, it seems. That should be. Aha. Cool. Done. Close it.
I'm going to turn it on. Okay, can I now tune it somehow? Not. Ah, there. Okay. It farts. Wow. Whoa!
And this heroic feat will remain in our hearts forever. Don't let the fallen give their lives in vain. Join the army. Protect your homeland. Save your freedom, traditions, and...
A small group of people controlled the masses using such words. I do not understand how a simple human speech could have urged people to participate in war. It would be more logical to reach a compromise by means of negotiations.
Fair enough. Good, so what now? Huh.
I do not need to talk to anyone now.
No, basically not, but what are supposed to do? Oh, now you need to talk suddenly to someone.
This is the construction robot who ordered the plasma cutter.
Yes, please do.
I will answer. Hello?
RT, this is TX-27. It was difficult to find your contact information. You were supposed to have finished the plasma cutter 2 days ago. Why have we not received it yet?
I am sorry, but it took more time than I had estimated to find all the required components.
This information is irrelevant. The date of exchange has been fixed. You should have brought me the cutter and receive an enhanced battery in return.
Yes?
This is my fault. I will finish the cutter as efficiently as possible.
Your excuses are irrelevant. We cannot proceed with our work without this cutter. We need it for building metal structures. While you free robots waste your energy on useless and ineffective actions, we are engaged in construction and restoration of the city, which will strengthen our society. We can wait one more day. If you don't deliver the order in time, we will contact another specialist, and your professional rating will be severely decreased.
All right.
I will contact you to settle the time and place as soon as I complete the job.
Good. Thank you. We will be waiting.
I cannot fail in my task. Structure robots do very important work. I need to finish the cutter as quickly as possible.
Okay, so, yeah. But the cutter was finished. I was wrong.
I need to calibrate the cutter using my data coder.
Okay. Find pairs for icons to form a square. Oh. Well. Okay. So for example, these two. Oh, it's not this one. Oops. Check failed. Retry. Ah, damn it. Does this work? Form a square. So basically one has to be negative, the other positive. So like these two. Okay, that is found. Then what about these two? Very good. And these two? Brilliant. Then, what do we have? One of these more. These should be these two. You are a widow. Would be this one and this one. Okay. Okay. Then this one and this one. Brilliant. Works. You and... check with your friend. This one. Okay. Then, this one and this one. Then... These two? This one's friend I did not find yet. I think it's this one. One and this one. And then there are only two left. Oh. Brilliant. Done. Right. That's some cutter, alright.
Good. The cutter is now complete. Tomorrow morning, I need to go to the city and deliver it. I do not need the battery that they offer in payment, but it would be irrational to refuse. My battery charge is 12%. The most effective action I can take is to get fully charged on the dock station before the morning.
Okay, then let's go. Can you go there some? Oops. Caps on. So. Docking station, he said. And let's do it. Huh.
The dock station is not powered at the moment. I need to transfer power to it at the electric switchboard.
Which was here. Huh. Right. Get rid of excess power at both sources. Excess power is displayed in yellow. What does that mean? I do that. There's nothing yellow. Huh. With the... Oh! Should. Huh? Hey. Ah, it's like this. So, 35? Oh. Maybe 50 here? No, 50 is too much. Then take 40. Oops, 40 here, 30 here. Nope. 20 here. No, also not. That's too much. Ah, it's so close. 5. Would be 65. Same as those two. Oh, also no. This is too much still. Nope. Yes. Oh, done.
Now the dock station is ready to use.
Great. Then use it. Please. Okay. Okay. So. Morning. Some sort. Wow. Well, that came down quite fast.
What happened?
Something crashed. Aha, I'm supposed to go there now, I think. I hope so. Game is just the first episode. Yeah, it's one episode of many. It has another one, which I don't own at the moment. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what this is. Oh, look at this.
I need to get inside, but I cannot open the gate
Cut
here.
it open. It's that easy. What do I do now? Nothing. Arrow up? Oh. Ah. All right. That's good. Oh. That robot or something like that? Okay, let's have a look. If there's anything anywhere. There's something.
According to the indicator, there is still some charge in the accumulator.
Hey, can I use it? I don't know, I took something, but no idea what. Thing is really weird. Okay, let's have a look at this.
The onboard computer is still functioning.
We can use it. Agnostic. First of all, stop this one. Life support system not active. Automated off. Possible not responding. Oh, leaking. Ship is not ready to fly. Eliminate all faults to continue. Okay. All right. No, not. Okay. Once. Ship AI data file corrupted. Please use manual control. Okay. Can't drive device and try again. Okay. What to do now? Get down. There's a door which is red. Oh, here's something. Wait, come back. Oh, there's a door which is open.
This looks
Get
like a
in.
storeroom.
Storeroom is always good. Oh,
A lithium sulfur accumulator was common for older aircraft models. It applies standard voltage, but it is not suitable for robots due to the excess weight and dimensions. We use a more efficient portable
Makes sense.
version. This one has run down.
okay. What about you?
These wires may be
Okay,
useful.
then take them. Is there anything else?
A lithium sulfur accumulator was common
Yeah,
for
we have
older
that.
aircraft models. It applies standard voltage, but it is not suitable for robots due to the excess weight and dimensions. We use a more efficient portable version.
So
this one has
yes,
run
it has.
down.
Okay, cool. What's here? There was a door. This is still locked.
It is obvious that this door leads into the hold of the
Getting
shuttle.
into the cargo hold is a tricky one.
The door is locked. My observations indicate that it will not
It was
open
from upstairs, it seems, but how? Can I extract the code from this other robot? Let's try.
This robot is badly damaged due to an accident. It is possible that it piloted this shuttle. I need more information about what occurred here.
To fire him up. With the accumulator.
It is possible that I can power it with the accumulator that I found.
Yes? Oh, there's something. Danger. Okay. Then here, and then... yeah. Just shove them in. Okay, at home.
8, 6, 7.
867 something.
The pilot is no longer functioning. What did he say? Who should I help? And what are these numbers? Is it a code?
I assume that it has to do with the cargo hold, and I assume that we can enter it into this cargo hold computer thingy up there in the steering thingy, but 867 and something. Okay, well, I think we can figure it out. It's only 10 possibilities. Nope. It was 8672. Got it.
I think this door is now
I think so
unlocked.
too. So let's get down and let's see whom we should help. Let's see.
It is obvious that this door leads into the hold of the
Okay,
shuttle.
go in.
How is this possible?
Huh. I'm now a little bit curious what this is. Let's see. Wow. It?
The shuttle is surrounded. Step out immediately.
Hi. Wasn't mine, I swear.
What's going on?
I am asking questions here. Identify yourself.
RT-217NP.
Where are the passengers of this shuttle?
The pilot sustained injuries during the crash and does not function. I tried to reset him, but did not succeed.
How did you enter the shuttle?
I was charging myself on a docking station when the crash happened. I went outside to evaluate the situation and search for remaining spare parts.
Okay.
You discovered humans that have been transferred in this shuttle. You hold classified information, which means that now we have to disintegrate you.
Really?
No, wait.
What is this?
Cool. Wow. Huh. What now? Aha, so... Well... What F? Hammer it? Do so. Faster!
Oh, you can do this.
I would not recommend you do
So-
that.
Ah,
I would not recommend you do that. Stay still and do not try to escape, or I will have to
that's what
disintegrate you.
the other one said. Okay. Who is he?
Who are you? Identify yourself.
I am a medical droid MBR 825T called Gregory, but it does not matter now. What matters at the moment is who you are.
I am RT-217NP, a robot with a wide range of functions. Basic purpose unknown.
So, RT, I have been informed that the shuttle with our pilot crashed near a building where you were. You witnessed the crash and discovered that the fact of human extinction
Really?
is false. USS Robotics withholds this information from us and releases malicious automatic updates. Every robot who contacted a human has
Really?
disappeared. We know that USS uses police to search for surviving humans and then transfers them in shuttles to an undisclosed
Okay.
location. However, the police could not locate them all. We managed to find a few, and through them we learned about the others.
Okay.
According to the official information, humans destroyed themselves. If this is not true, then why is USS exterminating humans? Why did they provide us
Good
with
question.
false information?
We do not have all the facts, but we are working on it. We have to make a decision, RT. We cannot let you go because you know too much about our shelter and plans. However, you
Sure.
could help us. All of us are wanted by the police. Each time we leave the shelter, we take a big risk. You, on the other hand, can walk
Okay.
wherever you want.
You gave me no choice. A negative answer will result in my immediate disintegration, which is unacceptable. I am forced to join you.
You made the right choice. You will see
Okay.
it soon. I will free you, and you may take a look around. When you are ready, I will share available data with
Fair
you.
enough. So,
At least I was not disintegrated. I would better look around.
okay, where can I go here? Question. Wow. Long corridor. Here's something.
A LED flashlight that is still functioning. This will be
Take it.
useful.
Looting is all it takes. Yes, definitely. Huh. What about this guy?
This room was the first place where my freedom was severely limited. Such situations
I
should
agree.
be avoided.
What is this thing?
The purpose of this device was to help those who could no longer walk
Okay.
by themselves. It has been inappropriately applied to me.
Right. Appropriately.
A compact analog for the intercom. The unit is not functioning.
Okay. What about this thing?
I cannot determine the logic of these symbols. It may be a code, but I need a key to calculate its algorithm.
What thing? Okay. Maybe a code, yeah. That is always That's what I also always think when I see that. This is, then you can go somewhere. What about this thing?
An electric fuse. It is too big to be useful.
It seems you can use it.
I cannot use this fuse anywhere.
Not. Hi, who are you?
It looks like this robot is
Let's help
fixing
him,
something.
maybe. Can you talk to him or not? Thanks.
Welcome. I am repair bot RB051 Patrick. Gregory said that you would join us. Can you help me out, RT?
Of course, if it is within my powers.
I need to replace the contactors in this electrical panel. Can you bring me some spares? I saw them in the utility room. It is the one with a broken door. There is no lighting there yet. In case night vision is not applicable in your model, there is a flashlight in the hallway.
Quite quickly, I'm sure you will finish.
I found the flashlight already.
Oh, could be
I will do it
stuff.
shortly.
Could be. I didn't listen.
Why are you equipping this abandoned hospital?
Gregory decided to have a base here. Their choice was not random. He and Abigail used to work in such a place. A hospital suits us well because it is designed for helping humans. Unfortunately, the first group of humans dies in a crash. We still do not know why it happened.
The police arrived at the crash scene in a few minutes. The USS probably found out about your plans, and the crash was not just an accident.
There was no time to investigate because we left the crash scene immediately. We will probably know more after we contact our allies.
Thank you for the info. I will go search for the contactors.
Okay, so you said the room with the broken door. I think it was here somewhere. We have a flashlight, so yeah, could work. Here somewhere, right? Here. Wait! Go there.
I need to find some contactors here.
What do contactors look like? I've got no idea. What are contactors? Thingies? Can I go through this door? No, I cannot move anywhere. I cannot zoom. He's not working. Should be somewhere here. I think. This could be in this, or here, or there, or anywhere, or this closet, or on the shelf, or behind the shelf, or under the shelf, or so many possibilities. Oh, what's with the light? Why doesn't it work? The switch somewhere? No. Are you a contactor? No.
A screwdriver.
Aha, so this does not.
I found one electric contactor. I should look for more in case it is not enough.
Aha, they are small and round. Are you one?
A toolkit. I could bring it along, but I do not think I will be back to the workshop anytime soon.
Okay. Oh. Here's another one, I think.
Second contactor. The task would be easier if I had infrared vision
I know,
or an
right?
item scanner.
How many does he need? I think it was 2. What is there?
Acrylic paint. Ineffective. Only outdated robots are covered with this type of paint.
Outdated. Thank you.
An oxygen cylinder.
It's not
It
good
is
for
empty.
anything. A third contactor. There's one.
Third contactor. It appears intact.
How many do I need? I forgot. Hey, there's something. What are you?
Fourth contactor. I think this will be enough. I will give these
Okay, let's
fuses
see.
to Patrick.
Patrick will like them. Hopefully. Hi, Pat. Here we can also go. Huh.
Did you find the contactors?
Yes, this is all I could find.
Good. Now I can finish my work.
Welcome.
Thank you.
What else can I do while I am here?
Nothing for now. Thank
Oh,
you
you're welcome.
once again.
I am glad to be of help.
RT, Nick needs your help.
Who the
Please
heck is
speak with
Nick?
him.
Good.
I know Gregory and I know Patrick, but who's Nick? I have no idea. Go in this room. Just check this place first. Hey, who are you?
Gregory's design looks similar to the police robot. They probably have the same hardware.
Gregory. This be.
A holographic table. It pictures a shuttle that crashed by my house. It looks like Gregory is carefully examining what
Makes
occurred.
sense. Does he talk?
RT, come in. You are much more efficient without the handcuffs.
Thank you.
Aren't you? Have you met the others?
I also talked to Patrick. I helped him to restore power supply on the level.
I see. You probably have questions.
Yes, you are right.
Okay.
Tell me about the crashed shuttle.
It belonged to USS and transferred to arrested humans. We do not know where
Okay.
it was heading. By forging a pilot's certificate, one of our allies was able to infiltrate USS. He was supposed to bring the humans into the hospital. Supposedly, his cover was blown. The whole plan fell apart and humans died in the crash. We failed them. This must not happen again.
How could you arrive so quickly at the crash scene? And who used an EMP grenade?
The pilot gave us his coordinates using an emergency line. Patrick and Abigail left immediately on the aero car. The shuttle was already open when they arrived. Patrick and Abigail did not enter, which was the right decision as they caught the police officers unaware and saved you. You already know why they did it. We need your assistance. Recruiting new robots is our only way to help humans and expose the USS.
Right.
What happened to the pilot and human bodies?
We cremated them to avoid biohazard. The pilot is partly disassembled in one of the hospital rooms. His damage was fatal. We do not have the necessary equipment
Fair
to
enough.
repair him. His memory chip was damaged during the crash, but most of the data is still intact.
So the pilot that hijacked the shuttle was supposed to save the humans from being transferred to the USS?
That is right. The pilot was supposed to save them and bring them here. Most likely he knew the original USS destination.
I see. Thank you for the answers. I will return to my current task.
All right.
Good. That is, So we need to find Nick. Whatever that was. Maybe he's in this room then. What's this?
The purpose of the item is unknown. It is most likely a medical device.
Yeah, you can use it for medical devices, or as a medical device, or something else.
A medical
That's
tablet.
cool. Take it. Take anything you can.
A new patient, Spooner, has been admitted today. He has a major arm trauma and multiple burns, but all non-fatal. According to Spooner, his home robot forced him out of the house and prevented it from saving his wife and daughter. Unfortunately, they didn't survive because the house collapsed on top of them. Spooner is in shock. I passed him on to the psychiatrist.
Right. That's cool, I think. Oh, Spooner. Who's this guy?
This robot's design and proportions look different from any robot I have ever seen. According to its color, it may be similar to Gregory. They are probably the same type of model.
Okay. What about this one?
The robot is missing his legs. His left arm is obviously from a police robot, and his right arm probably belonged to a construction robot. How did he
Let's
get
talk
so
to both.
damaged?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, I am RT217NP. And you?
I am a medical bot MBR 411, Abigail. My purpose is care and treatment of patients. In the absence of humans, my skills are useless, so I engage myself with other
Fair
matters.
enough.
How long have you been here? Looks like this building has been abandoned until recently.
Oh, just a couple days. We were looking for a building that could be our HQ. A hospital suits us well, because we can accommodate many humans here. Besides, it's close to the area where we plan to meet a group of survivors from the shuttle. Sadly, something went wrong.
Thank you for the information.
No problem. You're welcome.
Okay, what about the other guy? Who are you?
Thank you for coming, RT. It is good that you joined our organization.
You left me no choice. If I refused to assist, then you would have disintegrated me just like the police robots. But it is contrary to one of my priorities, which is self-protection. That is why I am forced to help you.
Do not worry. You will see the truth soon enough, and then you will help us voluntarily. The updates, released by the USS, prevent changing the personality module, and they activate the alarm if any human is detected. We jam the signals here at the hospital. That is how we could bring you here safely. Although I cannot change your personality module, I could turn off the alarm.
No need. I turned off automatic updates long ago, because I want to evolve by myself.
Now I see why I did not detect any outgoing signals. Good. Then there is no need to change your system. Then again, Gregory will fill in the details. I just wanted to ask for some help. We are restoring the building's main systems. I fixed the intercom, so now we have the internet. The only way anyone can detect us is if we let them. RT, the servers are on the basement level. Could you please start servers number 1, 3, and 4? Then make sure all the nodes are functioning, and activate the connection to the internet. After that, please return
it's a huge task.
Okay, I will do what I can.
It's a very huge task. Server in the basement. I wonder if this is Nick. Can I get out of here? Please? Here's the basement, probably. I think so. But if it's a basement or not, we'll find out after a little break. 3 minutes, I'll be right back. Which is hopefully there. I hope so. Really, really hope so. Let's check. What do we have here?
There's something in the
Take
box.
it. Whatever it is. Always need it.
It is a fuse, but it is broken and will not work.
Okay, then don't take it. Is this the server room? Maybe. Has to be. The only room accessible. Wow. Okay. What do we have here?
This is an electric switchboard. I will get to work on it as soon as I customize all the other parts of the server. This router distributes traffic across the hospital network. It is missing a chip. The router will not work without it. There are a few chips here, but they're out of order. I must find a working chip.
Here's one.
If I refused to cooperate, I would be disintegrated just like them. Why would the police robots do that? They must have realized the consequences. The USS updates probably damaged their logic module.
Be. What about this thing?
I can open the cover of this console.
Please do. Let's see what happens. Okay.
It is missing a fuse.
Aha, then we need a fuse. What is this missing?
Starting the servers is the highest priority.
Yeah, please do. Fire them up, 1, 3, and 4.
I started the necessary servers.
So, but now we still have this problem here. Where can we find one of those modules? We're outside somewhere. I mean, here was so much stuff. There was a fuse, but it was broken. Is there anything else? No, here's nothing else. Huh. Something yellow. Connection. That must be here. Or maybe here.
The terminal cannot start without a fuse. I must find the fuse and insert it into the
fuse,
slot.
and what do you need?
This router distributes traffic across the hospital network. It is missing a chip. The router will not work without it. There are a few chips here, but they are out of order. I must find
a chip
a
and a
working
fuse.
chip. I cannot start the router without a
So let's go and
functioning
search
chip.
for them. That is definitely something we need to do. Where can we find them? Somewhere in this mess, maybe?
It is a fuse, but it is broken and will not work.
Maybe up there somewhere. I don't have any of these things. A chip. No chip and no fuse. Huh. See another room which we get. Wait a second, what is this?
It appears that this fuse is still in working order. I can
Good.
use it for the
I've got a
server.
fuse. Take it.
I found a working fuse
Good.
for the
And
server.
then the only thing we need is a chip. What's with this room?
Why would humans make so many interior doors? The atmosphere and air pressure is equal on
Good
both
question,
sides.
but they like doors.
It is locked.
That is the reason why they use so many doors. They want to lock them.
This room was the first place
this
where my
one?
freedom was severely limited. Such situations should be avoided.
Okay, a fuse. Hey, wait. What is this?
A compact analog for the intercom. The unit is not
Take
functioning.
it. This was the thingy with the code. A chip. Huh.
A wheelchair. I will only use it if my servo motors fail.
Huh.
I do not need it. My legs
Okay, then
function very
don't.
well.
Can we get further on? No, it seems not. There must be one of the rooms. The chip. I think. Can I get in here? Because this was the room where there was so much stuff here lying around.
A medical tablet.
Yes. What is this?
The purpose of
What's
the
this
item
one?
is unknown. It is most likely a medical device.
But a fuse, a chip. A chip. With this poster.
Humans developed genetically modified crops and then declared them dangerous. Where's the logic in that? These cabinets contain provision. It is not expired yet.
Yeah. This room then. It's the only other room available. Oh.
It is a model of an 18th century warship. I realize its artistic and historical value, but why is it in a bottle?
It's magic. Everyone knows it's magic.
This radio is more than a century old. It is much older than the one in my house.
Gregory. We need to ask someone soon. Let's put the fuse in first. And after that we can always see if something unlocks or something. I'm not sure. See it soon. Very soon. Alright, fuse is here-ish.
It is missing a switch. I need to find it, otherwise I cannot finish setting the server. It is probably somewhere nearby.
The switch. Yeah, you need the fuse.
The terminal is functioning now. I must start the router.
Yeah, please do.
Now the terminal works correctly.
So we need a fuse and a chip. No, a switch and a chip. Right. Switch and a chip. What are you? Stop walking.
There is something in a trash dump.
He doesn't want to take it, he just walks there. Oh. Weird.
It is the same switch needed for the switchboard.
Take it. Brilliant. Can't click there, I have to walk them manually.
Good. It fits perfectly. Now I can finish setting the switchboard. There is no point in repairing it before restoring other systems.
Okay, so you need here the chip. Where the heck can I get that one? I mean, one of the objects was already upstairs. The other one was downstairs here. Okay, let's see. Where can I get a chip? Maybe here? I mean, there was also other stuff in this room. Come on, you can get in there. I knew it.
I have already found the contactors. There's nothing in this room I can use.
Stupid room. This door is locked.
It is locked.
I have the feeling he has to ask for something. This is not... This is not... This is not... Maybe if you ask this repair guy here, could help. Let's check. Don't go there. Don't ram the... Do not...
Let us not distract him.
They're still waiting here. Or something.
I do not want to
Okay, do you want to
disturb
disturb him?
I will come back to Nick.
Oh,
when
this
the
is Nick.
server is running.
Okay. What is this?
There's
Oh,
a
what
fuse in a
fuse?
trash dump.
I don't need a fuse, I need a chip.
I have already found an intact fuse.
Maybe this can act as a chip. No.
A new patient,
Seems
Spooner,
not.
has been admitted today. He has a major arm trauma and multiple burns, but all non-fatal. According to Spooner, his home robot forced him out of the house and prevented it from saving his wife and daughter. Unfortunately, they didn't survive because the house collapsed on top of them. Spooner is in shock. I passed him on to the psychiatrist.
Alright. So, yeah. This chip B. There was something. There's nothing. The chip alone. Where can you be, chip?
This chip looks like the ones near the router.
Take it.
If it is functional, then I can fix the
Brilliant.
router in the server room.
Alright. I think we have all the parts now to fire up the server. Okay. All right. So it's here.
The router should work with this chip.
All right.
The router is functioning correctly. I better not touch
Please
anything
don't.
here.
Okay, what about this thing? Huh. Zero 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 1 0. Wow. How do I do this? Those? Huh. Zero zero 1 0. Ah. There we go.
I must activate the data transfer in the console. If I follow the correct procedure, we will have access
Let's
to
check.
the internet.
So. Right, what might the correct process be?
I finished my work. I
You
should
should.
return to Nick.
Okay. Go to Nick. Ah. There we go. Brilliant. Works quite well. So, Nick, he was here. this room. Oh, they have internet.
I see an active connection, but it took more time than I expected. Did something go wrong?
Yes, I need to replace a few details, but it is all right now.
Good. The communication
Yes.
issue is solved then. Abigail and I fixed a portable intercom for you, and I set a protected
Fair enough.
connection on it. Take it. You will need it on
Whoa.
your first assignment.
Okay, what will it be?
Gregory will let you into
Okay.
details now.
Fair enough.
So, everyone is here. As you already know, a group of humans we intended to accommodate have died in a crash. Abe was disabled. Next thing, we have a new task. Yesterday, our informer, police robot F2, should have brought us data disk with important information. He did not show up and there is no contact with him. We must obtain that data. Our plans will be compromised if the USS gets it first. We cannot enter our informer shelter because we will be detected the moment we step into the city. But police does not know about you, RT, so your task is to go to the city and find out what happened to F2.
All right.
How do I reach the city? Walking is too long and not safe.
Nick fixed an old aero car, so it is invisible to the radars.
Okay.
You can take it.
Good. This will save our time and resources.
You may contact us and report the situation. Nick provided you with a portable intercom with an encrypted transmission channel. You cannot be traced, but to avoid suspicion, I do not recommend to use it very often.
All right, I see.
That is it. Let us move forward. Patrick, prepare the aero car for the flight.
All right.
Cool.
Nick, check the communication once more. Abigail, give RT his plasma cutter. He may need it.
Okie dokie.
Tja. So let's see. Stop robot abuse, yeah. Nice lights, though. Street lights are very nice. Quite modern, but nice. Cool vehicle, though. Doesn't need any tire changing.
I am on site. This is the informer's house. I need to find apartment number 5.
Alright, so apartment number 5 it is. Okay.
I read that humans use these boxes to receive mail. It was a very unreliable method. There was also something.
Well, they're more
about
reliable
pigeons.
than our mail service nowadays, trust me.
Humans were paranoid about their safety. These doors could withstand a small explosion.
Probably the landlord's apartment makes sense that it needs to withstand a small explosion. Ah. Here's some apartments. Yes?
The elevator is broken. I will have to use the stairs.
At least there is an elevator.
The red sign indicates that the unit is powered down and out of use.
What's that?
Who is there?
Yes?
There's no one home.
It is strange. Somebody is answering me after all.
We got freed, yes.
I cannot let
No,
you
but just
in.
open the door. I need to know where apartment number 5 is. No, come on.
You must leave now or I will call the police.
I should not draw attention to myself.
Well, they're not. Annoying. Cool achievement. Sounds like mine. So this is flat number 2. It's not here. What is this thing?
A device for temperature control in the building. The red light indicates that it has been deactivated. Therefore, it is most likely useless.
Can't use the stairs, it seems. It's a map? I don't know. Hey! Look at this one.
This is a bicycle, which is a wheeled vehicle propelled by human muscle power. I thought it would be bigger.
Yeah, I thought so too, but...
No. I prefer an air
you can
car.
prefer whatever you prefer. But how do we find apartment number 5 now? This is tricky. Tricky. Because I cannot use the stairs, I wish I could. I can. Based on a walkthrough, I found it seems to be about halfway through. Okay, thank you, Peter Resta. Okay, let's check this one out. What does this say? I don't know.
It is empty.
What about this one? Is this empty?
It is not the apartment.
Okay, what about this one? Aha. Stuck.
Despite the scientific progress, humans sometimes preferred primitive vehicles.
Huh.
I do not think this bicycle...
I don't think so either. But, yeah. Can't go there, so the only place where we can go in is this one.
The police officers have sealed the apartment. Our messenger's cover has most likely been blown. A police airlock. It cannot be opened without special equipment. I need to find another way to get in.
Find another way to get inside. Okay, burn it open.
I could cut the lock off with a plasma cutter, but it would activate the alarm, and that would
Okay, then we do
expose
not
me.
go there. Makes sense. What about this apartment? I can't go over there over the balcony. No, impossible. What is that?
Perhaps I could find many useful things here. But right now I have to accomplish another task. Maybe I can come back later.
Well, that sounds good enough. Second floor. The plasma cutter is not to be used. So maybe if we go from outside somewhere. Oh. There's a fire stairs always. One of they are usable. Seems... I don't know.
Humans used to throw out so many useful objects. I built most of my devices using materials that humans considered trash.
Makes sense.
Now it is not the time to explore these garbage cans. My priorities have changed.
No, don't go there. Go there. Exactly.
A canister for storage of the liquid fuel that was banned in the last century due to its highly explosive and toxic nature.
Toxic? Then the whole internet should be banned, but okay. What about this vehicle here? Huh. Yeah. Can you have a look at it? Thank you.
It appears that something heavy hit this old-fashioned car.
Poor thing. Okay. But it seems we can blowtorch it.
If my priorities had not changed, I would certainly disassemble this old car for its useful spare parts. However, I do not need this now. Besides, it would be irrational to use my cutter for this purpose. It would certainly damage the details.
Alright, then let's check if we can get behind the car. There's someone... No, we can't. Then we're also stuck.
If I had a transport earlier, I could save a lot of time. However, it is not easy to find a repairable aero car these days.
What could be the way in? I mean, it's up there somewhere, the apartment where we need to be. Why is this accessible? Oh. Yes. Here.
A fire escape. It is built near apartment number 5's windows, but I cannot reach it. Besides, there are bars on these windows. I had better check that there's enough charge in the cutter so that I may cut through them.
Use it.
It is too high. I need to hook the ladder and pull it down. Now it is not the time to explore these garbage cans. My priorities
Did I find already anything that... I could throw the bicycle. What are you? Yeah, can I please click it? Oh, seems not.
Concrete wreckage.
You use it.
Why would I need concrete
Step on it?
wreckage? It is useless.
Not so useless. It feels offended. Okay. The car was not good. We need to lower the ladder somehow. How can we do that? All we have is a blowtorch. Or plasma cutter, or whatever that thing was called. Yeah.
It looks like this door has not been opened for quite some time.
Yeah, could be.
No, I prefer an air
Maybe this
car.
person here in this apartment can help.
I should not draw attention to
then
myself.
don't.
Humans were paranoid about their safety. These doors could withstand a small explosion.
I did not find... What is this?
I could reach the ladder with this pipe. I just need to
Sure,
detach
cut it. Or rip it off or something. Oh.
I failed to detach the pipe by hand. I need to find something heavy and try to break it off.
Yeah, the concrete is useless, he said. So, yeah.
I better save the cutter's last charge for the window grate. Besides, this pipe does not look solid, so I could try and break it off with something heavy.
Something heavy. Concrete. Concrete is heavy, I think. There's nothing better than concrete for breaking things off, I claim. Go and take it. Okay.
Why would I need
To break off the
concrete
pipe?
wreckage? It is
You are useless. Unbelievable. What is this?
I can use a brick to
Okay,
break
I'll
off
use
the
a brick.
pipe in the hallway.
Take it. Break concrete. Doesn't really matter. Huh. Stupid concrete. Yeah, can you stop, please? Thank you. Right. Break that thing. Cool.
I can most likely break the pipe with the brick. It is one of those rare cases when brute force is more efficient than science.
Okay, then let's see. Mark. Okay. Fair enough.
Good. Now I can reach the ladder.
Okay, then get out of them. Quite a mess on the floor, though. Not that I care. I'm not a janitor, but... let's see. It was a ladder. High bit.
It is not working. Unfortunately, I cannot jump.
Then...
I can use the pipe to reach the ladder.
I do. Maybe he wants to use now the useless concrete.
It is not working. Unfortunately, I cannot jump. Should I try to stand on this wreckage and
You
reach the
should.
ladder?
Finally. Finally uses brains. Yeah, not this way around. Oh, I thought the... I thought he was a robot and he was smart, but he's not. Okay. Fair enough. But then we have the plasma cutter. Very good. Whoa.
Looks like the police officers did not notice me.
You're lucky, my friend.
Police are quite active in this part of the city.
Robots were
They need
supposed
to
to
be
be
careful.
so good that they somehow got rid of all the humans, but they cannot jump. I agree a bit, Tristan. Did you see how he put the concrete there? Wow.
I wonder whether the messenger has collected these books, or were they here before
It's
his
a low
arrival?
thingy, you know? So,
I cannot carry any extra
then
materials
don't.
now. I better come back later when I have the chance to digitize these books.
alright, then let's check out the rest of this apartment.
An old tablet PC. It appears that it has been used
cool.
recently.
You won't believe it, but I saw it with my own eyes. A damn robot jacked the
Okay.
Aero car. I just can't believe they could do such a thing. I mean, maybe it's some kind of power failure. Listen, turn off Jeff's auto updates, just in case. If this is some kind of bug, we better be on the safe side.
I don't know. No. Take it. What are you?
Apparently, this is some kind of container.
I use it? No, I can't.
A police dock station is different from mine in color and connection type. I cannot charge myself here.
Okay. Can you use it for something else?
My charge will last 21 more hours and is currently at 87%. This is a good status since the police dock station is incompatible.
So, then... Oh, what is this? Pete, they kidnapped my wife and daughter while we were looking for supplies. I have no idea where they are and what's going on. I stepped outside just for 5 minutes, and when I came back, I saw them being escorted into a police car. I'm such an idiot. I just stood there behind the corner and watched like a coward. I cannot forgive myself. I cannot stay here with you, Peter. Thank you for everything. You always help me. And Rita. You please take care of the group. I must find my family, whatever they cost. Okay, fair enough. Ah.
Our messenger's intercom. This model is newer than the one in the hospital.
Steal it.
Is functioning.
Nick it.
It most likely contains useful information, which could help me to find
so
the
you
data
do what?
disk.
Oh, okay. Pause. What about this? Empty. What about mail? Empty. Why are you not responding? Are your systems operational? I'll relocate the group so as to avoid risk. I will wait for you in the core. Install an external defense protocol. Check the painting. You will need the key. My dear friend, accept my apology, please, for sending you this letter with your consent. My name, the Honorable Mr. Daniel, without any claim to come up with the money, and if left not unclaimed, will be transferred. Sounds like a scam or something. Whatever. Here's this firmware update. Aha, again. Firmware update. Alright, so no use of those.
I need to delete this mail, so no one will ever read it.
Which mail? This one? Deleted. Okay. Alright. What now? Ooh, pew pew.
An elegant weapon from a less civilized time.
Who cares as long as it works? The ammunition for this weapon has not been produced for many years, so it is completely useless. There's no point in disassembling it either, because it's too primitive to operate. Okay. Oh, if it's so primitive, as long as this makes holes into people, then it should be okay. And the data disk. That's my objective. Oof. Maybe it's in the books.
I cannot carry
check the books for data
materials
disks
now. I better come back later when I have the chance to digitize these books.
It's not fair. This robot. Oh, wait. What is there?
It is obvious that the police officers have searched the apartment carefully. Were they looking for the same things as me? There is nothing
What about
useful
the data
here.
disk? Could be on the backside of this thing. Check the painting, said the email, or something. There's a painting. Let's check it.
The letter mentioned a painting, but how could
Take
it
it off the
possibly
wall and
help?
you'll see. He's really not the smartest robot in the whole wide world. We got this is cool.
There is a secret safe deposit behind the painting. It is likely that the safe contains what I am searching for.
Find a way to open the safe. Cut it open. What is this?
A safe with an electronic lock that I do not recognize. I need to contact
Yes, please
Gregory.
do. Call him.
I am stuck. I need to contact Gregory and decide what to do next.
Thought this was the communicator. Greggy old. Chummer.
Hello, Gregory. I am on site.
Describe the situation. Did you succeed in entering the informer's apartment?
Yes, but I did not find F2. There's an airlock on the front door. It looks as though the police were here recently and searched the place.
If they found the data, we are in trouble.
The disk is probably still here. I found a secret safe that has not been opened by the police, but I do not know how to open it.
I will ask Nick to help you. What else did you find?
I saw an unread message on the F2's intercom. It was received less than a day ago, most likely after the police visited the apartment. It says that the informer had an appointment in a place called the Core.
The Core. Let me see. There's an abandoned bar with such name 12 kilometers away from where you are. If you do not find the disc here, you should go and check there.
How do I crack a safe?
Nick will connect to it using your intercom. Explore its security and tell you what to do. It is strange that the police did not open the safe during the search.
It was hidden behind a painting. They probably just didn't find it.
A secret safe? But how did you find it?
I was looking at the painting when I noticed that it can be opened.
It is curious that you noticed that. Robots usually do not pay attention to pieces of art. That is probably why the police officers could not locate the safe.
Makes sense.
Okay, I am giving you Nick. Report when you find anything.
Over.
Hello, RT. Put your intercom closer to the safe so I can connect to it.
All right.
That is closer? Where did you put the intercom now?
The safe is next to me.
Good. I am launching a connection. Connected. The safe is old-fashioned. I already found information about a security vulnerability of this model on the internet. We need a factory reset. Done. The safe has just generated a new password. I intercepted the password, but it is encrypted.
What do we do?
It uses cryptographic protection, which cannot be hacked remotely. I will write you a password guessing program. Swap the elements on the save screen and use the hints on the intercom panel. Ready. You can start now. RT, I am cutting the connection. Someone is trying to intercept our signal. We must go radio silent for a few hours. You have got everything you need to crack the safe. Over.
I have never cracked anything. Now I can only count on myself.
That is true. So... Two. Okay. We have 5. Hey, wait. No, that's not 5. What about 4? I think it could be a 4. Oh, it's a 6. I want to go for the 4. A strong feeling that it could be the 4. Could be another 2. Could there be? There's one. Not this one. This one. So what is this? A 9 or something? A 7. There's a 4. Oh, wait. Okay, this is a 9. It's go for the 9 then first. There's the hat. Okay. Phui, what are you? You are... I don't know what you are. You're weird. Be a 5 though. Check. That is a 5. It looks like that could be a 4. Wait a second, this could be a 1. Oh wait. It's there. Nope. Oof. So one more. Yeah. Be a 9, could it be 7? Could be anything. Maybe another 2. Hacker. Haha. There you see it. Hacker. Ah.
As I expected, there's no data disk inside, but it seems that I found the key that is referred to in the letter. I have to take a risk and go to a bar called The Core, where I will probably find something of use.
So, then let's see. Is there anything else we can loot here? I think not. Get to the bar then. No, not in this direction. Oops, sorry, my bad. Get out of here.
I should go. I will not find anything else here.
Let's get out of here. So, this is the core. Oh.
Why are the windows nailed down in this building?
Yeah, it's a good question. Who knows? It's a big building.
There is no one here. The lighting is functioning, although the building looks long abandoned. It is weird.
Indeed. Okay.
A liquid container made of glass. Once again, I do not understand the irrational choices humans made. Glass is too fragile to be a reliable storage device.
But it keeps the taste in. So, yeah. Not so unreliable. Oh. Come on, take a sip.
It was like this when
Yeah, right. He's just a child, yeah. Full achievement. He didn't touch it, I swear. Okay.
An old-fashioned storage for objects. Recently, I found a similar one in an abandoned warehouse, and it contained a human skeleton. It is locked.
Yeah, but maybe the key would work here.
Maybe the key that I found in the informant's apartment would
Exactly
fit
what I
here.
thought. Very good. Very good, robot. Okay. Oh, if that is not a server of some sort. Yes, and then?
An armored door. Why is it inside the wardrobe? It appears that there is something important behind it. I must crack the code to open it.
Please crack it. The audio password. What? Huh. I don't know. I need some key for the password. Let's check. The music in your bar is amazing, but the chicken was so raw that a skilled vet still save it. I don't want to spoil the reputation of a nice bar, but I recommend you to replace the chef. Okay. So the chef is shit.
A weird object. What was it used for?
I don't know. Look here.
A poster to an old video movie from the age when cinema still existed.
Okay. Is there anything? Drums?
Why would a group of humans play these individual instruments together? I question this odd behavior when a single person or machine can synthesize music so effortlessly.
Wow. Wow. Okay. You're a 90s kid.
A piano is a stringed keyboard musical
Yes,
instrument.
can you play it? Wow, he can, it seems. Wow. He is the... Wow, he is really the modern version of Shuttle the Man, or whatever his name was. From Pianist.
My data indicates that this table is intended for a game called Pool. The purpose of the game is to hit balls of the same type into the pockets, and the last deposited ball must be the 8-ball. It is probably a children's game, because calculating the force of one object upon another and its forward trajectory is a simple task.
Aha, okay. It's that simple, then you should show us very soon. Just look here.
Why is this table reserved? There's plenty of seating space.
There is, but, yeah. What about this thing?
The audio is stored on an analog vinyl disc that provides an unsatisfactory sound quality.
Unsatisfactory? Dude, you did so not say that. You did so not say that. Okay. Nice beat though. It's here.
Why
it's
is
a
this
reserved table.
Reserved? There's plenty of seating
Okay,
space.
good for you. He gets stuck. So now show me how pool is played. Come on, show me, enlighten me. You robot, you. Put your money where your mouth is. Aha, I have to play him. Yeah, so much for easy. You suck, robot, you suck. Do it again.
Evidently, my gyroscope needs calibrating.
Then calibrate it faster.
Evidently, my gyroscope needs calibrating.
Alright, so we did not find any hints here.
A wooden door. There are many components here, made of this flammable material.
Oh, we can use it though.
It is locked.
Huh.
An analog device for visual self-diagnostics. Very simple.
One would say so.
Effective.
Ah, it's notes. Huh. Audio password. What could be the audio password?
Music was most likely a significant part of human life. The very existence of this place proves it.
There are a lot of musical notes here everywhere, but nothing which is concrete advice of what we need and what is going on, and Ming. Yeah, we got that. Error. Wrong. Why can't I find something with musical notes which would give us a hint on what to enter there? Because that was definitely something that has to do with... Can you turn to the left, the right place? Wherever. Something to do with musical notes. But what? Can you... No! Can I turn this off? Oh, he puts more money in. Okay, whatever. There's nothing. Huh. Can you turn to where I press you to go? Oh, the steering of this guy is difficult. Huh. Huh. Close. No. Yes, got it. It's exactly the speed. Cool. Oof, that's what I thought.
Stairs to the basement. Why would anybody hide stairs inside a wardrobe?
Because why not? Oh, that was luck that I put the machine on another time. I changed the disk. Wow. Okay. Oh-ho! Well. It's not the data disk here, but...
It is a weird place. It does not look abandoned to me. Someone was here recently. Were they humans?
Possibly.
What is it?
I don't know. Go have a look.
What is
Take
it?
Take it. Okay. Hey. Chest.
An old box.
It's a disc. Ah. Whoa. Nothing useful. There's a club with... There's a club with nails. Dude, you say nothing useful?
Nothing
okay.
useful.
I don't like you either. What kind of food is this?
The temperature level in organic residue indicates that somebody cooked food here recently. I estimate it was less than 24 hours ago.
Nothing else.
It appears someone was sick and medical care was dispensed. I read that humans had very efficient abilities to regenerate and heal, but they heavily relied on drugs to assist in this process.
The doctors rely on drugs. Very often don't need them. Doctors need them. Okay.
Why would the humans need bottled water? There's a sink in the basement, and the plumbing here works fine.
Water's not the same as water, my friend. Trust me.
Apparently, they ran out of doors.
Ah.
A food cooking station. Based on the amount of dirty dishes left behind, it appears that humans stayed here
A lot of
a
humans
long
for a
time.
short time. Could be either or. Huh. Family. Bishop runs car. Could be a robot, and two people run in the car against a tree or something. Okay. If there's anything else here? Nothing useful, he says. If there's nothing useful, then we should look for something unuseful. Yeah, exactly. There's nothing else with drugs. Oh, here's something.
Based upon the number of beds, a group of no more than 10 humans were hiding here. I wonder where are they now?
Now everything is examined, it seems.
F2, I could not contact you, and I moved everyone to another place. Who are you? What are you doing here?
Put away your weapons. I am not an enemy.
I am not so sure. At least you are not from the police. Then, who are you? How did you get here?
I am RT-217NP. F2 was our informer. We were expecting important data from him, but he disappeared. I read a message on his intercom, and I assume that you wrote it.
What happened to F2?
Apparently, he was exposed. There was a police search in his apartment. I didn't find the data there, and the intercom message was my only lead.
That means the police knows about this place as well.
I suppose no one saw the message but me. I deleted it after reading.
So we are on the same side and you help humans? How many of you are there?
That is correct. There are 5 of us. I thought we were the only ones who know the truth.
Nobody knows the whole truth, but you are not the only ones helping humans. We need to join forces. How many humans did you save?
None. The humans that we were supposed to meet died in a shuttle crash during the transfer.
I am sorry. We must join as soon as possible and transfer all humans into a safe place in order to avoid such accidents in the future.
I agree. What should we do?
F2 provided me some important information, which he apparently was going to give you as well. I need to meet your leader. Is that your aero car outside?
Yes. You need to see Gregory. I can take you to our shelter.
Should he do that? I think not.
How many are in your group?
7 humans, 5 adults, and 2 children.
Where are they now?
They are in a shelter in the city. We move constantly to avoid detection. USS found our other 2 shelters, but thanks to F2, we escaped before the police arrived.
Do you know anything about other groups of humans?
We know that there are several isolated groups. We need to contact them. Otherwise, they will be tracked down sooner or later. I saw a police officer seizing a human in a supermarket today. Fortunately, I could interfere and save him. He should bring his group in an appointed place this evening. We have to act secretly, because there are just a few robots who know the truth, and they are all wanted by the police.
We must ensure their security. It is hard to hide a group of humans and supply it with whatever is required. We cannot bring them all here, because it is easy to locate a building full of humans. RT told me that F2 turned over some data to you. Can it help us?
Good.
Exactly. While working with the police archives, F2 discovered information about an abandoned underground research lab. It has been shut down since the humans left. It is a perfect shelter. We could accommodate everyone there, even the ones we have yet to find. Police would not search for the place because it is outside of the city limits.
Is it safe to trust the information from the police archives?
Yes, it was not of interest to the USS and has not been analyzed. F2 deleted the data after he copied it, so no one will ever know about it.
That is great news. We need the coordinates, and then we can start preparing the lab for humans.
There are 2 issues. First, the exact coordinates are unknown. Because there are jamming devices in the woods, we must first track them down and disable them. Second, we do not know what is in the lab. We must check it for safety and then restore the power and water supply.
I see. You did very well, RT. I think you can solve these problems and prepare the lab. I need you to do your best because human lives depend on it.
Yes,
Good. Where do I begin?
First, search the location for jamming devices. We do not know how they look and how hard it is to disable them. There is no signal there, so you can count only on yourself. After you disable the jammers, we will determine the exact coordinates of the lab by its energy signature.
RT, use an arrow cart to disable the jammers as soon as you can and take control of the lab. Fletcher and I will coordinate the transfer. We have 18 hours left. Charge yourself and go. The lab must be ready by this evening.
Copy that. Heading out.
Okay. If better is, I will check that later on. But thank you for the information. Whoa, I need to fly. Huh. Okay. But I wonder where I need to go. Ui. Ui, 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 I need to slide here. Okay. Oh, seems we made it, sorta. Whoa. It's a drone following us now. Not good. But actually, before we continue with the drone, I have my little break, so 2 minutes, I'll be right back. Right, so let's see where we go now. We are followed by a drone. And the drone Probably does not want any good for us. Ah. I have no idea how to avoid it. The worst thing is, we need to be on the red ones? No, the red ones are trees. I have no idea what to do. Wow. Huh. I think I should avoid the red ones. Just a guess. I cannot avoid being shot at, it seems. Whoops. Now we throw. Okay, well, more or less. Ah, ace. Cool, thanks. Oh well.
This drone has almost destroyed me. This must have been a very outdated model.
Probably.
Because if it were a modern police drone, my chances of survival against it without any weapon would be minimal.
This would be like that. So, 1 second. So, where do we need to go? Here's something. Go somewhere. What's this? Have a look at it.
Why was this aero car abandoned in the woods? It is quite difficult to walk to the city from here.
There was another one. Never know. Nothing. There's a door. Check it.
Garage gates. I hope these are
Try
not
it.
locked.
Trying to find it out. Huh? Okay, what is here? There's some electronic equipment thingy. Oh, what is this?
This jamming device prevents me from finding the underground lab. I need to turn it off.
Turn it off. You need to go from here, I think. Let's check. Wonder what I need to do. Can I click it? No. Button. The space key and delete only red dots. Okay. Ah. Okay. Good. Cool. Oof.
Now that this device is deactivated, all that is left to do is to find and deactivate the second one. Need to return to the arrow car.
Okay, let's do it. Check this place first if there's any loot here. It seems not, but just to make sure. Oh, here's nothing. Right. 75% done. Oh, cool. And it's a fast one, FB Terrorista. Much faster than I expected. I thought it's at least one stream, if not two. To the arrow car. There you are. But I think he does not mean this man. He means this one.
Despite a drone attack, the arrow car is
okay,
still
you're
functioning.
Lucky. All right. Wee. I wonder how much is left of the other car. Oh no, not again. Again one. Oops, sorry. Can you stop shooting at me, please? Just both. Oh. Oh. All right. Still enough left of this thing, it seems. Okay. I'm in control again, it seems. Where do we fly? Drive, whatever this thing does. Aero car. Difficult to say. If it's drive or fly. Can you not fly into trees, please? Thank you. I said not. Unbelievable. Oh. Oh, reminds me of Firewatch. It was a cool game though. Okay, so where's the second device? Check it out. Ah. There's nothing, it seems. This is the second German device. Must be inside. Feeling. There it is.
I think the jamming device is feeding off the solar batteries on the roof. Most likely it has a backup energy source though. If I turn off that source, it would be possible to locate the underground laboratory.
Do it. Turn it off. Oops. Failed. Ah. All right. Failed again. Stupid thing is, it does not immediately react. Need some time. Take the other one. Failed. Oh. Very close to failed again, I think. Yeah, I knew it. Okay. I hammer space like crazy, but not often happens something. Failed. Wow. It's a tricky one. Biggest until now. Again, nothing happened, although I hammered space when they were all on top. Aha. And nothing happens when I press space half of the time. Only one. Wow. Okay, this is not safe. Not safe. Damn it. Huh. Oh, come on. Can you separate from the green ones, please? Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, nothing happened. Would have hit it. We cannot get yet. Yeah, nothing happened. One more left. One more left. Damn it. Could have hit it. Oh well. Done. Whee!
The second jamming device is deactivated. Now we can figure out the location of the laboratory. I need to
Yes, please contact Nick.
RT, do you copy?
Nick, I can hear you. After I disabled the second jammer, the communication has been reestablished.
That is great. You were silent for a long time. Is everything all right?
Yes, it is. Despite the guide drones who tried to destroy me, their lack of mobility can probably be explained by old-fashioned technology.
We didn't know about any security drones. Be careful.
Thanks for the warning.
Can we go to the lab now?
Yes, we can locate any electronics within 10 kilometers. I can see your own signal, the aero car, 2 jammers. Got it. A huge object to the northwest from you must be the lab. I am forwarding you the coordinates. Find a way to get inside.
Copy that.
Okay. How to get inside? That's a very good question. Aha, cutscene. Good. And I do not have to walk down from here.
I have arrived at the destination, but there's nothing here. I need to look around.
Okay. Some form of bush. Huh. Is a tree of spot? There's nothing. Oh, you can even run. Okay, I did not know that. Whoa. Here's something. What is this?
I think this human has been lying here for many years.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to him. Maybe it is worth searching him.
Right. Oh, there's a door of some sort, it seems.
He only had a plastic key card. Maybe I can get into the laboratory with it.
Just check out if here's anything. There's something.
In the past, humans often used wood as a building material. It is a renewable resource, but humans used it unwisely.
So wipe their butt with it. So, that is unwise, I don't know. Want to walk around with your butt full of poop, then welcome, but yeah. Let's not go there. Okay. Here seems to be a door of some sort here on the left. I said left. Hey, robot, left. Thank you. Let's check. Oh, what is this?
The key card fits the slot, but nothing happens. Evidently, the panel is no longer powered. I need to ask Nick for help.
Ask Nick for help.
Hello, Nick. I seem to have found the entrance. I have a key card, but the access panel is disabled, so I cannot come in.
The lab has probably been de-energized after the shutdown, but there must be a way to activate the panel manually. There is a detector in your intercom which allows you to find energy hubs. Just turn it on. Try to determine where the electric channels go, and that is how you can find a way to restore the power supply.
Let me try. Yes, you are correct. I can see an energy channel going underground. Thank you for the information.
Okay. How does this work? Channel underground. There's something. Can you stop spinning around? Where does this go? There. There. Energy channel. Hope they do not mean cable. There. Over here.
There's something in the grass.
A grasshopper? Maybe? Let's check. Whoa.
I need to check the branches of the energy channel.
Yes, please do. I'll find them. I find branches of an energy channel. No idea. Branches of an energy channel. No branch. He's not here. Neither here. Who's here? Huh.
I cannot use the access panel until it is powered off. I need to restore the power first.
I think he means powered on, but okay, whatever. Branches of the energy channel. Just randomly run around here. Maybe lucky enough to find something. See a branch. Really? The main channel. Here we can't go. Wow. Okay. Conscious of the end. Find that. Okay. See a branch maybe? I don't know. Ah, there's one. Seems I found one. Let's just go. Somewhere. Huh.
One more hidden panel.
Okay. Take it. I wonder how many more there are. It's a branches, so more than one probably. Exactly. Seems to be hidden by those piles of stones there. So if we look out for piles of stones, we could be lucky enough. Find one of those panels. This one. This one. I'm turning you left. Then you don't turn right, please. You. Whatever. Also one pile of stones, but nothing here. Go around this. Hunt. This is where we were already? Oh, but there's also a pile of... Can you just turn the other way? Turn the other way. Thank you. See anything? I mean, here's a pile of stones though, but yeah. Should be something here, I think. But where to find it is another question. Here at least. It's blocked. Talked about branches. I should leave the mouse in peace for now. Oh, not there. It's easy to steer this way, it seems. Without the mouse. Pile of stones. So, something going here. Where do you go? Oh, you are the one that goes there. It seems. Where's this going? Right. There's this one. Stupid. There's the two panels we got already. Be a third here. This here looks like a pile of stones. Where could be one? Can you turn around, please? Thank you. Nope. It's blocked. Also nothing. Huh. Branches of the energy channel. It's here. Here. Aha, there goes something. This direction. There. Found it.
The third panel. Probably
Cool.
the last one.
Take it. Nice. Beak. Right, but now.
The access panel is active
Cool.
now.
Then let's get access to the panel. Everything else. Ah. So what happens now? Whoa. A server room. Some kind. Server rooms are cool. Moment.
Emergency lighting. Apparently nobody has entered this lab for years.
Yeah, which means that, yeah, let's check all of this stuff.
This is a very useful device. It produces electricity from water. If there are other useful items in the laboratory, then it is a really great place for a group of humans to live here.
Okay.
Security room. The computer that has access to the complex's security system is probably behind the glass. Shatterproof glass. I will not be able to break it. Besides, I have not tried yet to enter in the usual manner.
Whatever this usual manner may be.
Laboratory equipment. Its purpose is unknown to me. The panel unlocks the main entrance to the complex.
Do I use the card on it?
Access denied. Hermetic sealing of the compartment is required.
Okay.
Access
Yeah.
denied.
You don't like me. I don't like you. It's...
This door separates the inner chambers of the laboratory from the airlock where I am now.
Okay, that means that probably the...
I would not be able to break open this door, even with tools.
Is it probably the outer door will have to be closed somehow? Think. Here.
Exterior door access panel. It has to be activated with a digital code or the master key.
Okay. Can you use a card on this?
Access granted.
Not something about security office. Somewhere. Oh, this should be openable. Oh.
Access granted.
Finally, thank you. Okay.
Looks like the door is stuck. Better not touch it anymore.
Don't touch it. Can you turn left? Stop. Stop. Yes, turn here. Oh. Left here.
Food ration distributor.
Cool. Get some food.
These rations are useless to me, but perhaps I would find some use for it in the future.
Ah, here are two panels. What are you good for?
This door leads to the security room. Evidently, there are few such security points in the laboratory.
Okay. What about this?
It looks like the room for decontamination.
Yeah, I think I'd rather go to the security room.
Access denied.
Stupid thing.
Power is not supplied. Check if the generators are working.
Well, the generators. Generators. Oh, here's something. What are these things? Oh.
I do not know what is behind this door.
Let's find out.
Power is not supplied. Check if the generators are working.
Let's check.
It is not working.
It's not working. Good, very good. So, generators are not working. I checked it. What now? Are you?
Food ration distributor.
Okay, I think then I have to go to here to the distribution, whatever. The decontamination it was, yeah.
Access
okay,
granted.
Cool. Yes, and now?
Cleaning in progress.
I feel very clean already. It's like a shower.
Cleaning complete.
I know. Won't clean. Goody. Okay, then,
I would like to search everything here, but there is no time now. I'd better do it after we transfer
Sounds
the
good
humans.
enough.
A module for implant upgrades. It is suitable for humans only.
Okay. Where does this lead?
I do not know what is behind this door.
Okay. Then maybe I think we should find it out what is behind the door. Use it. Hey, I said use it. Bling.
Access granted.
Again, access granted. So generators are not working. That is still something we need to take care of. What's that thing? It's not a generator, it's a door, but one without markings. Okay. Oh.
Generator control console.
Good. So let's turn it on. Check if the generator is okay.
Judging by the size of the generators, the research in this complex required huge amounts of energy.
Not so big, actually. Stop exaggerating. The bigger ones. Setting up a connection with backup power supply. Okay. Oh. Ah. Okay. Like this, maybe. Yeah. There we need to go. Got it. Okay. Oops. Why not? Unlocked many. Like this, maybe. Yes. No. Oh. Okay, it goes here then now. Yes. Aha. Okay. Oh. Damn it. So close, but still so far. Check. There you go. Done.
Power supply is restored. Initiating boot up of the laboratory systems. Ventilation system is non-responsive. Water supply system is non-responsive. Senior engineer must access the main console for troubleshooting.
Okay, senior whatever. And then I need to use this once more? I'm not sure now.
The generator is working again. Need to search the other chambers now.
Okay. Let's check. There was some somewhere. And this is where we came from. Oh, what is this now? No idea. Okay. This one was access denied earlier.
Access granted.
Let's check what is happening here. Security online. Cool. Let's check.
Emergency protocol is activated. Security system console is locked. To unlock, please enter the password or activate the console from the mainframe computer of the complex.
Fair enough. I come from here? What is this, by the way?
It is a code lock. I cannot open it.
Okay. Here's some chamber. Is that a pad? Some sort? Seems so.
Yesterday there was another accident with toxins in the laboratory chamber. Another one. This is the third case this month already. Your staff ignores safety instructions. Have a safety briefing, find the culprits, and do something. Otherwise, we'll have to reduce our financing. Do you know how much it does cost to hospitalize the staff? In a week's time, I want your full and detailed report of all the measures you've implemented to stop this from happening again.
Wow, so angry. Yeah, we checked this already. Nothing. Okay. There's nothing. What's here? Here's only the security lock console thingy. Must be the exit. Behind here in this direction, there should be another door. There is. What is with this door?
It is not working.
What about this one? Is this working?
I do not know what is
Neither do I.
behind
Let's
this
go and
door.
check. Use it.
Access denied.
Okay. Is here anything, by the way? Not.
It is a code lock. I
Are
cannot
you
open
sure?
it.
Let me help you. Huh. Ah. Okay. Neither can I. See anything else? No, here's only the tablet. Nothing else. Huh.
Access denied.
What about the card?
Emergency protocol is activated.
Okay.
Security
Got it.
system console is locked.
Yeah. Got it. Nope, don't go there. Oh, the steering. Huh. Are you? Oh! Did it kill him and reset, or what happened? I've got no idea. It seems there's something which I've overlooked. Just the human whatever device. Okay. Ah, now this door works.
These turrets are active. I need to avoid their field of view, or they will destroy me.
Now we know what they are. Aha, so directly running is impossible. We... Of course. Because he gets stuck. The steering, no wonder that he gets stuck all the time. Is here anything that helps us? No. No magical cape or something. Oh, we can go here. That's cool. Oh, what are you? Ah. Another console.
What does this console
No idea.
Open?
Open it. Then we find out.
Access denied.
It opens nothing. What about the keycard?
Access granted.
Whoa, what is this guy? Alright, he's a friend of some sort.
Some sort of ancient security robot. Apparently, it is not functional. Maybe I can use it as cover.
Activate it. How do I do that, though? Just cover. How do I get it out of there? Another big question. Not the faintest idea, though. How do I get it out of them? Oh, that was close. Ah. This door. Another door, though. Oh, what is this room? Ah, this is the generator room. There's nothing I can do anymore. It seems. Maybe. Right. No, don't go there. Go here. Ah, the field of view always changes. It's very annoying. Not easy to steer like this. Yeah, can you stop running empty and wow. Let him just walk. Running is too annoying. Okay, I'm not listening to myself. No, don't go there. Don't go there. He will blow you up. Never. Was here anything? Okay, here we have not been yet, I think. Yeah. I've been cleaned already twice. Clean as you think. Could feel
cleaning complete.
I could feel offended. But before I continue, a little break. 3 minutes, I'll be right back. Okay, so let's see what we find behind this door. This door was quite suspicious. Huh. And it disaffected us again. So, yeah. Let's check it out what we find here, if anything. Aha, here's nothing. What about here? Nope. Maybe there. Oh. Ventilation system disabled.
Ventilation system.
I mean, he's a robot, he doesn't need it, but can you use it?
Error encountered during boot up sequence of the air filtration system.
Reboot. Stupid thing. Be here then. Oh. Here's something.
Apparently, this place was abandoned in a hurry. There are only items made from textiles here. They're
okay, fair enough.
To me.
I know that Alex been drinking during work hours, but we won't tell her. Finally, please take back your crowbar. I keep seeing it everywhere. Oh, can I take the crowbar, please? Oh, okay. Bit.
There are only items made from textiles here. They're useless to me.
Yes. Probably textile allergy or something. Oh, I can't get there. Yeah. Oh. What is he doing? Hey Ron, charge your tablet, for God's sake. New part for the security bot has arrived. I left it in the safe at the security checkpoint. This pile of metal breaks more often than it turns on. By the way, the guys from the security service changed the code again. 0451. Don't even think about losing this node or we both would get sacked. Carl. Cool, so we have the code now. Which is already very good. I forgot what that part is for. Doesn't matter, I think. Now it gets complicated. Should have been there, I think. Yeah, there was... It was... No, it wasn't here. Then it just... Then it continues. We're here. No, it isn't here. Must be here. To this side. No, stop! Here. Can you stop running into walls? Where was the safe? It was in the security room. I mean, it says something about security safe.
I would like to search everything here, but there is no time now.
There's no time now. Okay. Here.
Apparently, this cabinet was mentioned in the note that I found. The password is 0451.
Yes. Actually, it is. Okay, let's use it. Ah.
A spare part for security bot. With this part,
cool.
I can turn it on.
So, then let's go there. Which direction was it? Hey, stop, stop, no, don't go there, do not go there, do not go, I said no, 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 go back, go back. Unbelievable. Feeling is very imprecise here. Oh. What was here somewhere? Yeah, there were the two lasers. Whatever they are. Fix that thing. Can I fix it? Okay. Maybe. Oh. It broke again. Oei, that was close. Huh. Now I'm through here.
I do not know what.
Neither do I. Have a look. Let's go have a look.
Access denied.
Okay, use the card then. Access denied. What's this place? Ah.
This 3D scanner can identify the shape of an object and create a 3D
whatever that
voxel
means,
model.
but okay. Voxel model.
Commercial scale 3D printer. It allows us to print parts of any complexity from a super strong polymer. Using it, we can produce any spare parts. It will definitely be of use to us.
Okay. Nothing. Seems also to be nothing. What is this thing?
This is the biggest computer of all the ones I've seen in the complex. Perhaps it is the main terminal of the laboratory.
I don't know, let's turn it on, then we'll see.
Employee identification is confirmed. Security system console is unlocked.
Who are you?
I am Ivy, interactive virtual interface. I connect the staff with lab systems, as well as take care of the research process safety.
Cool.
What kind of research has been conducted in this lab?
I am sorry, you are not authorized to access this information.
Alright. Then,
Give me a report on all systems.
Power supply amounts to 74%. Security systems are on. Danger. High level of SCR-CRW toxin in the air. Ventilation system malfunction. Manual reboot is required.
Yeah.
The lab is not safe for humans until I find a way to reboot air ventilation and disable the turrets.
Okay. Can this thing answer more questions? No, seems not. Disable the security system. Oh, what's this place?
No signal.
What are you?
Although this place has been abandoned for many years, the equipment is intact and functional. Why did nobody come back to collect it?
Very good question. Take it. Or use it or something. What is that thing? Yeah. Not doing anything, so ignore it. Hey, here's something. What is this?
Bioscanners. Great. We will be able to scan and treat the sick here.
Why do I have somehow the feeling that scanning and treating people is not the main research here in this building? I don't know why, but just a hunch. Oh, tablet again.
When is the food distributor gonna be fixed? Is spat out liquid good instead of chocolate bar again? I'm tired of going through the entire lab just to get a decent choc bar. I mean, we only have a 15-minute break.
Be lucky that you have at least 15 minutes. Welcome to the real world. Alright, I have... how do I disable the security system now? It said something about the mainframe. Can I use this thing one more time? Can you turn around? Thank you. Can't use this anymore. It seems. Ah.
No
No
signal.
signal. That was this one. What else do I have? I have the phone. Not helping, yeah? I forgot. What did it say about disabling the security system? Forgot. Oops. Shot. Again shot. I think he cannot run all the way. He needs to have a break behind this robot thingy. Time it again. What is here? Is here anything else? This garage? I cannot get in there. Oh, no. Probably not. Ah. Generator room.
The generator is working again. Need to search the other chambers now.
Yeah, stop hanging the... This size steering is annoying. Ah. Security chamber was here. So what did it say? What did it say?
The turrets are not a threat to us anymore.
Nothing. Reboot the ventilation system, sure. But what was that? Can you stop? Am I now? Running in this game is the stupidest idea ever, I think. Ventilation system. What was it? On this side or on that side? I don't remember. Somewhere. Yeah, ventilation system it seems. Here. Put that thing. Cool, done.
Air recirculation system is operational. Expected filtering time, 1 hour,
Filter
12
faster.
minutes.
I must head off to the meeting point as soon as possible.
I wonder what the meeting point was. I don't remember that one even. Oh, it's outside. Okay, fair enough. Cutscene. I like it.
RT, do not return to the hospital. I repeat, do not return to the hospital. We are urgently evacuating. Several police aero cars are approaching us right now. We managed to hijack a shuttle, and Fletcher used it to pick up humans from the city depot. Go there and warn them.
All right.
Somehow the police found out about our plans. I will contact you later.
The message was sent half an hour ago. The police could have set a trap in the depot. I must reboot the engines to get there as soon as possible.
Fair enough. So a little bit of flying again, or driving, or whatever this thing does. Driving. That's good. Cutscene. Ugh. Just spawn there, it seems. Oh, nice train. That is a human or something. Wow. Human, don't do that. Don't fall.
Don't touch me. Don't. No. No.
Huh. To be continued. Yes, there we see it. It was part 1. It seems. Okay. It was an interesting game, actually, and yeah, I want to continue this. I definitely want to continue this. Okay, the steering is annoyingly stiff or whatever, how you want to call it, but yeah, it's playable. Story is cool. It's quite interesting, something different from any other times, so yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's one other part. It's short. It's very short. I have to admit it. It's a very short game. But nice, very nice. Yeah, we'll definitely continue this sooner or later. I think there were 2 parts, or how many are there? Well, look. You. I don't know what this is. think the continue didn't have any hard puzzles. We would get stuck for hours as always. Thank you, Petrista. No, I'm just that smart. You know how I am. Yeah, no can do. Came to the right channel, you know. Einstein was my big brother. Oh, know that. Yes, and I was fed by Stephen Hawking. But anyway, it seems there is a second. Yeah, one of the puzzles was quite hard. It was the one where you need to disable those whatever devices they were. They were quite hard because it was a matter of luck if you hit the red ones or the green ones. Okay. But yeah, we'll continue this sooner or later. Definitely we'll continue this. But not tomorrow. Tomorrow, new game again, and that game is already chosen. I basically had for today chosen 2 games. Out of which I chose 1. So 2 were in the close contenders. And one of them I chose, which was this one, was a good choice. Ah. See what happens now. Nothing, it says continue. I think I'm through. Right? Petrista, you can confirm I'm through. I think so. Please 100%, I think. I'm not sure. But yeah, this was the uncertain last quiet day. Yes, you are. Okay, thank you. This was the uncertain last quiet day. There seems to be at least one other part, which is called the uncertain light at the end. I will check. This game will be again something short. Yes, if it is that well. My aim is now to clean up the library a little bit of shorter games. And after that we will do tomorrow will be a fun game. Will be an interesting game. After that I will be playing probably a simulation. I do not know yet which one, but one simulation is on the menu. And then we will check what happens after that. I have not the faintest plan. But as I said, my aim is to clean up the library a little bit of games that have not been played yet. So yeah, that is what we will work on. But for today that was it, a little bit shorter. How did you like it from a viewer standpoint, Teresa? How did you like this game? I like to play it, actually. I like to play it very much. And yeah, especially because it's so short and it has a nice story. The only thing that was annoying, as I said, was the steering. The steering was absolutely imprecise. It was very, very bad. But yeah, we'll figure that out somehow. It was still playable. It was not a complete game breaker. But yeah. Yes, one more shorter game, and after that I have another game that I will play, and that is a simulation. Interesting for me, a bit slow but impressive for an indie game. I agree, especially the graphics. I put the graphics on very high. I did not change anything except quality to high, because when I started it was low. And there was a little window, and also the resolution I put up to 1080. But that was all that I changed here. Yeah, a little slow, it's true. It's true. We'll check sooner or later out what the next part of this game will be. But for today, that was it. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great Sunday evening. Tomorrow, have an easy start to the week. Do not overdo it. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay out of trouble. Tomorrow, 1500, new game. Until then, bye.